Hello, my friend. Jeffrey Taylor with BuyCarsRight.com here, and today's car buying tip is how to determine what type of car you need. Now, that sounds like a pretty common sense thing. You probably have a good idea of what car you need, but during the buying process and the shopping process for a new or used car, a lot of things are happening and can happen pretty fast, and you can get a little overwhelmed. So before you start actually looking for a car, you need to sit down with a pencil and paper and make a list of what you really need. And this, sounds simple, but it's very important to keep you on track to getting the right car at the right price. So questions you need to ask yourself: do you need a minivan, a car, a pickup truck, an SUV? Are you looking for a new vehicle, or would you like a slightly used or used vehicle? And above all, why do you need it? You see, here's where the problem with buying a car gets a little complicated. You may want that sport car, two-door, fast car, the car you really love, but in reality, you need a minivan or a four-door sedan or a smaller SUV because you've got a family, you've got kids, or maybe you have dogs that you transport around. So sometimes what you want doesn't exactly coincide with what you need. So you need to be really, really sure about what you're going to buy so you don't end up with something that's not practical. So I always say, make a list. First of all, how many miles per year do you estimate you're going to put on that vehicle? Because that's going to be very important in terms of reliability and the type of maintenance that you're going to be putting on a car. It can get pretty expensive with some of the fancier cars like Mercedes, BMW, things like that. Who will I be transporting around? Do you have children? Do you have relatives? Do you carpool? A lot of questions you need to answer so you can determine what size vehicle. Do you need a two-door or a four-door? Do you need an SUV? Do you need a minivan? Those questions need to be answered when you write down who you're going to be transporting around. Gas mileage, very important. Do you commute a long distance to work? Is it short? Do you take a lot of long trips? Gas is expensive and it's not getting cheaper, so you need to consider that so you don't get a gas guzzler when you're putting on a lot of miles. Car insurance is something that's often left out of the buying process until it's too late. You need to check with your insurance agent or insurance company how the purchase of a specific make and model is going to affect your insurance. So you need to be realistic. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Here's the problem. You go to the dealership, the salesperson tells you what you can afford, and what they're going to do basically is lengthen the contract, loan contract out to make your payment lower. There's a lot of little tricks they can do to make you think you can afford a more expensive car, but in reality you're just getting yourself buried deep into a loan. Remember, you're buying a car, not a house. You don't need a 6, 8, 10-year loan on a depreciating asset. So be realistic about what you can afford and keep the loan length as low as possible. So before you pay too much for a new or used vehicle, you need to get the straight facts. Go to BuyCarsRight.com and look at our car buying blueprint so that you can effectively go through the car buying process and get the best deal out there. Go to BuyCarsRight.com right now, and I'll see you on the next video.